Mirror is back, baby. And after I rewatched season 7, I was certain that this is the best season yet. But then, I had to be petty and I had to nitpick and criticize season 7 just to see what I didn't like about it. And I have some lingering questions. Why was that numbing device used on half of the episodes? Secondly, why so many San Junipero references? I mean, I know that that's the episode that everybody loves and it has so many accolades, but damn, I don't need so many San Junipero Easter eggs on every single episode. And lastly, I don't like to hear real world references when I'm watching Black Mirror. For instance, they mentioned COVID in the eulogy episode, and they also were talking about Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds.
They want a Ryan, one of the Ryans.
I like to keep my Black Mirror universe separate from my universe because it's scary to think that we could all be in the same universe, right? So Black Mirror, don't do that. Let's keep our world separate and aside. But therefore, I had to go back and think about previous seasons and what made those seasons so memorable and so unforgettable. And now I'm finally ready to rank seasons 1 through 7 from worst to best. And my number one pick, it really might shock you, but don't come for me in the comments because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Brandi, and I know you could be on any channel in the world right now, but you're right here with me, and I really do appreciate that. So before we get started, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to my channel if you do like watching TV show reviews and also movie reviews. Before we get into rankings, I do want to say that there will be light spoilers. I'm not going to go into deep details on every episodes and all of the twists, but I'll give you enough insight and not full-blown spoilers, okay? Try my best. But how are we going to do this ranking anyway, right? We're going to do worst to best. And to me, what makes a Black Mirror season so good is the memorability. It's the impact. It's the performances. I mean, the actors on Black Mirror are phenomenal. And I do want to say this too. It's no really bad Black Mirror episodes or seasons. So it's very hard to rank these. But let's give it a shot, okay? Now, coming in last on my list for the worst Black Mirror season is season 6. We waited 4 long years for season 6 to drop, okay? I remember during this period, I was fiending for Black Mirror. I was craving it so bad. I was trying to watch Twilight Zone. I was trying to replace it with other shows just to get that Black Mirror fix, and I was struggling, right? So when this season came out, I was so hyped. And then I was let down. So to wait 4 years and then you get episodes like Joan is Awful, Lock Henry, Beyond the Sea, Maisie Day, and Demon 79, I was a little bit disappointed. But let me go one by one on these episodes, right? Joan is Awful, honestly, was okay. It was pretty good, right? I wouldn't say it was a total flop, right? But I really didn't like that ending, not to give too much away, okay? Lock Henry, I think Lock Henry was a pretty good episode. However, it didn't feel like a Black Mirror episode, and that's my qualm about Lock Henry. Now, Beyond the Sea, I think Beyond the Sea was no doubt my favorite episode in season 6. I like that episode, actually. Maisie Day and Demon 79, flops. I hated those episodes, didn't feel on brand, and they were just whack episodes. All right, so number 6 on my list is season 5. Oh my God, this season is near and dear to me, guys, because quick story, I didn't start watching Black Mirror until season 5. So imagine my delight when I get to binge watch all of these episodes of Black Mirror, right? So season 5, the first episode I actually watched of Black Mirror was Striking Vipers. One of my favorite episodes, guys. In fact, if you haven't watched my top 10 Black Mirror episodes, make sure you watch that. I'm going to link it somewhere here, or I'll link it down below in the description. But Striking Vipers, definitely up there, right? That episode is very underrated. If you didn't like it, I think you should go back and watch it, matter of fact. But to me, again, just being the first episode that I watch, it lives rent-free in my head. Every time I see somebody playing a video game, I'm thinking about Striking Viper. So I actually loved that episode. Smithereens, that was not so bad. I mean, I like the ending of the show. I like the message behind Smithereens, but it wasn't necessarily a banger. And the last episode in that season was Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. I don't have much to say about that episode. To me, that was just a flop. I didn't like it at all, unfortunately. Although I do like Miley Cyrus. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. But she was not the problem with that episode at all. It was just bad execution, which just felt a little bit off brand. Now, number 5 on my list, this season was the blueprint, but it was not the masterpiece. But it's still near and dear to me. I love season number 1. I just love all of these seasons. I really do. But specifically in season 1, I really love the entire history of you. If you've never watched Black Mirror, I think that's an awesome episode for you to start this series with. I mean, the technology used in the entire history was so awesome. The grain, they were very creative with that technology. And just the storyline with him and his wife and the twist at the end. I don't want to give too much away, but the entire history of you is absolutely epic Black Mirror episode. And 15 Million Merits, that was phenomenal as well. And National Anthem, not one of my favorites, but I think it could have been better if Black Mirror was farther along in its experience. Does that make sense? Like if National Anthem would have came out, let's say season 6, I think it would have been executed a lot better. So not one of my favorite episodes there. Now, next on my list is season 7. This is a huge return to form for Black Mirror. I love season 7 so much, okay? I just want to pop on the screen my rankings of the episodes in season 7. Now, my favorite episode in season 7 was Common People. I mean, what a tearjerker and what great social commentary on what we're going on now in the real world as far as the subscription culture that we're in, as far as private health insurance issues that we're having, okay? Common People hit hard on a lot of different levels. Then you have Eulogy, another banger. There's almost too many bangers for one season right here, right? Eulogy, another tearjerker, right? Wasn't too crazy about that reveal at the end. I was glad that Phil got to see her face at the end, but it wasn't a great reveal for me as an audience member. Now, USS Callister, did we need a sequel? We didn't need it, but I think it was executed very well. I almost felt a little bit bad for Robert Daly, though, which is so weird that I got that feeling. Like, how can you feel bad for Robert Daly? But that was a beautiful episode, beautiful cinematography, great storytelling, and I love that ending, although that is so creepy to have somebody living. What? I don't want to give it away, but USS Callister was good. I mean, I just adore this whole season. Hotel Reverie, wasn't a big fan of that one. I love my girl Issa Rae, but I'm not sure if that was a great fit for the type of actor that she is, nonetheless. And Bête Noire, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I liked that episode, but I wasn't a great fan of the ending when she became, well, you know what she became if you watched it, but I was not a huge fan of the ending. It went completely far left and just drove off the cliff at the end of this episode. Now, the next season on my list was a smaller season. We only got 3 episodes here in season number 2. Season number 2 is the home to Be Right Back, White Bear, the Waldo Moment, and technically kind of the White Christmas might belong in season 2. Now, White Christmas, you all know, was a bonus episode, so it wasn't technically in season 2 or season 3, but I'm going to combine it with season 2, okay? But 3 bangers in this. I wasn't a big fan of the Waldo Moment. I wasn't. I know a lot of people do like that episode, but I don't. Be Right Back was a banger. I think that tied. I think Eulogy took some notes from Be Right Back, actually. I love that episode. White Bear, oh my God, one of the scarier Black Mirror episodes that really hit home. I mean, that twist at the end when she realizes what she did and where she is. Oh my God, White Bear is horrifying. And that episode is all about justice and did she deserve it? Did she not? It's just a lot of moral questioning after you watch White Bear. White Christmas blew my mind. That's an episode that I almost didn't watch at first because it started off very depressing. Just 2 men in the cabin, right? But this episode had some of the best technology, in my opinion, that we ever saw on Black Mirror. With that blocking device where you could block somebody, where somebody could be arguing right in front of you, you could just block them, stop them right in their tracks. That technology was crazy. And also just the egg and the simulation. White Christmas had the best technology and also some of the best storytelling as well. And a very, very unique twist at the end that you would never guess is coming. So season 2 is the home to a lot of bangers. And just to think that Black Mirror, this season was released in 2013. Black Mirror was so ahead of its time to even be thinking of a White Christmas back then. This is over 10 years ago. That's crazy. But anyway, my second favorite season of Black Mirror is season 4. Oh my gosh, man, this house is some bangers right here too. And season 4, we have USS Callister, the part 1. This episode was mind-blowing. Another one that I wasn't sure if I would like at first because I'm not like a huge fan of Star Trek, but oh my God, that one was mind-blowing. Archangel. Archangel definitely hits different if you're a mom like me. Like, I am a mom. I could be a helicopter mom at times. So that episode hit me right in the heart. Like, I learned some lessons from watching Archangel. I love that episode. Crocodile was crazy. That was demented. That'll leave you hating that lady at the end of the episode. Crocodile to me is a must watch. Crocodile is up there as far as craziness. Like, Charlie Brooker, how did you come up with Crocodile? How did you write such a chaotic, crazy episode like that? Then we have Hang the DJ. Hang the DJ, one of the lighter episodes of Black Mirror. You know, one that you won't leave away feeling so horrible, so mind-bending, but super good. And the last episode in this season was Black Museum, which I adore. Similar to White Christmas, it felt like it was two different episodes in one. The technology, the twist at the end, what you find out why she is really at that museum is sick. It's one of those episodes too, like Charlie Brooker is sick. Charlie Brooker is sick for this whole season right here. Him and his team. Like, the writing in season 4, I think is second to none. Like, I mean, they were really in their bag, okay? And my favorite Black Mirror season of all time is season number 3. Oh my God, this is when Netflix took over. So you see slicker production, you see heavy hitter actors in this season, and it was just phenomenal. 6 bangers, basically. The only episode I would say in season 3 that wasn't really a banger was Men Against Fire. And Men Against Fire was still pretty good. I mean, that technology and that one is mind-blowing. Nosedive, one of the epic ones. That's also another one. Like, if you never watched Black Mirror, I would say watch the entire history of you and watch Nosedive. Nosedive is one that's a great representation of Black Mirror. That is an episode that lives rent-free in my head, and I think about it quite often. Then you had Playtest in season 3. Playtest was horrific, you know. I love that episode. Not one of my favorites, but because it was so scary, it was borderline like a horror episode right there. Shut Up and Dance, one of the best twists in TV history. You would never see that twist coming if you never saw Shut Up and Dance. You would think that this little boy, he's so innocent, he's so cute. Why are these people after him? And then when you find out what he's doing and you know that he's escalating to do worse things, it's like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. One of the best twists, again, in TV history. Shut Up and Dance. Then we have the highly acclaimed San Junipero, which is, we don't even need to talk about that so much. Everybody talks about San Junipero, but that was a feel-good episode. I think that's the first episode too where we saw that nubbing device, if I'm right. I think they started off the nubbing device and the simulation and going into other worlds. Now I have to go back in and look at that. But I think that's where we first saw that nubbing device that now we're seeing being a little bit too overused in season 7. But nonetheless, the last episode that we have here is Hated in the Nation. Not a favorite, but still a banger nonetheless. Season 3 to me just felt like you could watch it straight through. You could watch it in exact order that is represented. And you pretty much, you're going to love every episode. You're not going to skip. You're not going to abandon anyone. You have to finish every episode. And the episodes, they leave some type of impact on you. You think about these episodes often. And this season was 2016. Oh my God, almost 10 years ago. Like, the evolution of Black Mirror is just crazy. Black Mirror, I hope you guys get 25 seasons. I love this show so much. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, drop your favorite Black Mirror season down below. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Again, if you like watching TV show reviews, movie reviews, let me know what type of shows you want to see. This is a newer channel, you know, just started back in January 2025. So show me some love, guys. Comment some feedback to me too, since this is a newer channel. If you have any feedback, let me know down below. See you guys on the next video. Peace.